I told you guys, as always, when I get, dream downloads, I will come on and share with you guys what came up in my dream, and I'll interpret it as best as possible. And maybe some of you guys out there can relate. If not, then that's okay. But I really enjoy doing these, and you guys said you like them. A few of you said you like them. So last night, this morning actually, I got up at 3 something to use the bathroom, and then I couldn't really go back to sleep. So, I'm watching Game of Thrones. I always watch Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. So, part of the dream, I was at my old apartment, the apartment that I moved from before coming to this apartment. The apartment that I'm at now, I switched. My mom and I switched with my aunt because she needed the space. And the rent here was cheaper. My grandmother said, "Oh, you guys should switch apartments. So and so needs the space." My aunt was having twins, and she already had my little cousin, so it was going to be from a family of three to a family of five. So they needed and now our old apartment has 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, and this one has 2 bedrooms. So like my mom said, "Sure, fine, great." So, we've been here. Well, I've been here now. Well, it's me and Nova now. We've been here 8 years. And I notice, and I keep this place very clean. Aside from my daughter getting paint and, coloring the walls and stuff like that and getting paint on the carpets and stuff, I keep the place very clean. I sweep, I mop, I bleach things down. I keep yeah, there's dust. Like I get, the windows, the blinds and stuff like that. But I keep this place clean. I don't keep dirty trash. I don't keep dishes in my sink. I keep the place clean. Anyways, I noticed that every time I have these weird ass dreams of people trying to monitor me, I end up seeing flies the very same morning. And I don't even know how they're getting in here. Like in this and I have plants. So it's not the plant flies. Like I know what those look like. I'm talking about like regular flies, like house fly. And I don't know where. I have screens in my windows. Somebody said the drainage, but I don't even that's crazy. Um so anyways, what stands out to me is whenever I have these weird dreams and I leave the dreams feeling like really like not agitated. I'm always like startled. The same by the time by in the morning when if I'm like sleep or half sleep, I'll see the fly in the living room and then I'm like jumping because it's like my energy is already unnerved by the dream. So, and I've saged, I put clear ammonia in all corners of the home. By the windows. I've done that. Like I've done the whole charcoal cleanse and smoke. I'm doing my reversibles now. I'm doing what I need to do. So, anyways, in a dream, I was in my old apartment in one of the old bedrooms and being intimate with a particular person. I'm not going to say who, but he's not an ex, but we've been intimate. Okay. And there was like a dog, and my grandmother did have 3 dogs. Well, she had three. Yeah, she we did have a family dog that died in that old apartment, but I don't think that's nothing to do with it. But anyways, in the dream, the person that I was in her bed with, And funny because he texted me yesterday trying to start an argument. He was trying to bait me into an argument. I know when somebody's trying to bait me into an argument, and I didn't fall for it. And I find it funny. He's a Sag. I find it funny how, he was like, "Oh, are you busy?" Blah, 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 blah. And I said, "Yeah, I was on my YouTube." And a little later, the Sag live I did yesterday has a thumbs down. I said, "Okay, whatever." Because I already know people be trying to spiritually attack my channel, me, like, I know. And I don't know if it's, when you do this line of work, or when you're just very energetically sensitive, I don't want to say you're a magnet for attacks, but you become like you're an open channel. And I've been feeling like really sexual lately. So I already know. Anyway, so we know in a dream, we are intimate in a dream, having sex. And then there's a dog that's trying to come into the room. He keeps pushing it out, closing it out. Dogs represent loyalty, protectiveness, honesty. I don't know if those are things he's trying to push out or keep out within himself. To be honest, it may not even have been him, because a lot of times, like I tell you guys, a lot of times you'll see people in your dreams that look familiar, but they're really not. It's familiar spirits. There are people showing up as people to siphon your energy. And I have a very strong feeling that's what's happening. Like I've been under like spiritual attack. Like I can just tell. I can tell. And he is too, with the person he lives with, but I don't think he believes in that stuff. But anyways, and this is someone that I have to talk to because blood ties. So y'all can connect the dots together. Anyways, um so another part of the dream, I'm running. I'm part of a run group. I'm running. Outside, there's another pit bull, but a gray one. This one was off a leash, just like the first one. And I wasn't scared, but I'm not a fan of pit bulls. But it didn't seem aggressive. I just knew I saw a stick and I tried to throw a stick to distract it. So then another part of the dream, I'm part of a run group. I haven't ran since the summer was it the summer? No, the winter, because it was just too cold. It was too hot last summer and it was just way too cold. And I want to find the right running sneakers to run with. So anyways, I'm with my run group, and I'm like, "Oh, I hate bugs. Is there any bugs on me?" Yada yada yada. So they're like, "No, you're good. You're good." And then there was two friends from high school. One who was an ex of mine, who's the godfather of my daughter. He's an Aries. And then there was a friend of mine, a girl. She's a Virgo. They were in a dream laughing. And then there was a computer. Well, outside, but there's a table and then there's a computer. Now, when I fall asleep, I typically fall asleep with my laptop open, watching something. All right. So, I know mirrors and windows are portals. Didn't know laptops could be, but who knows? Anyways, I get this lump in my throat, like I can't speak. It's 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 like that. And and the dreams are different scenes because it's all over the place. But I get this lump in my throat. I can't talk. I can't speak. I don't know what's going on. So I ended up just then at that point I just woke up and then saw the fly. So I feel like for some of you, now I know for me I'm being monitored. I'm being watched. When I'll give you guys an example. So y'all probably thinking, oh my gosh, you're crazy. You people that read tarot are insane. Y'all are batshit crazy. No, let me tell you something. I want to out. My daughter's father filed a visitation thing one time. I never kept my daughter from him. I just said she couldn't go over to his house because who he lives with, they're very toxic. But I'll tell you guys this, that night I had a dream of him trying to get me to sign a contract. It was about changing her last name, and I was like, no, I didn't sign a contract. The next morning I get an email about the courts telling me he filed. So I just want to tell y'all that so that y'all know that when y'all hear readers say certain things, we're not crazy. A lot of us are tapped in, a lot of us are extremely gifted. A lot of this shit is really real. A lot of things that happen in the physical are representations of things that are happening in the spiritual behind the scenes. And when we're sleeping, we are the most vulnerable. So I don't want, I told y'all that so that y'all not like, oh, she's crazy. No, this shit is real. There's no coincidence I would have a dream about him trying to get me to sign a contract, and the next morning I get an email about the legal documents that he filed. So this is readers are not crazy. Okay, when we have downloads, we have downloads. It's a reason why we're able to pick up what you guys are going through in your daily lives without us being there and without us fucking knowing you guys at all. We're extremely gifted. Okay. Anyways, back to the message, the dream. Y'all need to be careful with who y'all are being in. I feel like there's somebody now with the whole throat thing and in a sexual dream. That's the sacral and the throat chakra. Both talk about creativity and creative expression. I feel like there could be somebody around you, or there could even be a part of yourself that could be that you can be subconsciously blocking out your self-expression. There could be something that you want to create that you could be suppressing, or there's something that you're suppressing subconsciously due to an experience, whether with family, your childhood, friends, co-workers, or a past experience. But I will say there's definitely somebody here that I want to say for you guys, be mindful of your sacral energy and your throat chakra. Two very big portals. One creates life and creates in general, and the other speaks. Somebody here doesn't want, it's like somebody here doesn't like what you do for work, or somebody here could be threatened by your creativity, your sexuality, how you express yourself. They want that for themselves. It's like somebody here wants they want to block out something. They want to block out some type of energetic protection. They want to block it out. Somebody wants to weaken your defenses. Some of you guys could be seeing flies in your home. You're like, okay, how did a fly get in here? Or you could just be having really weird dreams. I know the demon of flies is Beelzebub. I think that's his name. Beelzebub, whatever. He's the Lord of Flies. Look it up. There's either something subconsciously that's rotting away that you need to surrender and let go of, or somebody could be sending y'all attacks. And I always say if the attacks are working, there's something that's attached to you, or there's something subconsciously that you're holding on to or suppressing that's making these attacks easily that are making the attacks accessible to you. Nobody's more powerful than you. There could just be something that you're subconsciously that's still getting you worked up that you need to surrender and let go of. There could be something there could be something that you need to get off your chest to someone. For some of you guys, somebody here doesn't want you guys to speak. They don't want you to express yourself. They don't like how you express yourself, whether it's your sexuality or it's verbally. Somebody could feel like you need to shut up. Somebody could feel like you talk too much. For those of you that do any kind of spiritual work or you're very intuitive, somebody feels like you're too much in their business. Some of you guys, if you're having unexpected cramps around your sacral area, even if you're not, for my ladies, even if you're not on even if you're not menstruating or you're not ovulating, somebody is trying to pull on your sacral energy. Okay, and for some of you guys, this could be somebody, or these could be people that you have not been intimate with at all, or you have not been intimate with in a very long time. For others of you, there you could be having dreams of people, and you could. For others of you, you could be, sorry guys, I had to unplug the microphone. For others of you, you could be having dreams of people that look familiar, but I feel like that's the trick of the enemy. Now, what it could symbolize is people around you that you trust that don't really have your best interest. These people could be saying things about you. Somebody here could be twisting your words. I really feel like somebody here wants to silence you. They don't want you to say something. Somebody here doesn't like that you know something. They don't like it. Somebody could be upset that you are not being intimate with them. I'm just getting a lot of monitoring spirits. A lot. I feel like people could be really in y'all business. People that don't need to be, and people are like laughing behind you guys' back as well. I feel like somebody could be making a mockery out of what you do, what you're into. Whether it's about your sexuality, whether it's about your hobbies, the things you're into, who you are, your past. Some of you guys are trying to move on, move forward, meet new people, make new friends. And there's people that are like, people are monitoring your relationships, your friendships, or your connections. They want you to feel outcasted. They want you to feel like you don't belong. They want you to feel awkward. Some of you guys may feel socially awkward. Some of you guys may have a hard time making friends. Or this could be somebody else. You know what song is playing in my head? It says, I always feel like somebody's watching me. So you guys could feel like somebody's always watching you guys. You could have grown up, or you could have been around people that made you feel like you had to perform. This could be your family, friends, lovers. You have been around people that always made you feel like you had to perform. And because you guys, some of you guys can have Aquarius placements. Hi, always on my social media, period. Hey, Chanel. Some of you guys could have felt like you always had to perform. And because you guys choose not to perform, there's something about your energy that you stand out. People don't like it. People don't like the way you express yourself. They don't like, some of you guys minding your business. And people are like, haha, look at so and so. Look at the collective minding their business. Look at the collective doing this. Look at the collective doing that. There could be a hobby that you guys used to do. Somebody's trying to a destiny swap. If there's hobbies and things that you guys used to love doing, or that you used to do, and you notice that you don't do it no more, but somebody close to you is doing it, they're trying to destiny swap. Somebody's trying to destiny swap. They want you to take on their destiny, and they take on yours. If you have a friend, a lover, an ex, a family member, and they went through something, and you find yourself going through something similar, yeah, or you have, again, you have a hobby, and all of a sudden you don't do it no more, you're not into it, and this person is doing it a lot. Like, say you used to run, you used to like running, but you stopped. The next thing you know, a friend you know is running. She's trying to run marathons and all types of things now. That's destiny swapping. Say you were into you could be into fashion, or you were into painting, you stopped, and then somebody close to you who knows you well, they start doing it a lot. It's like somebody here is like, they're either trying to siphon your fertile energy, or they're trying to destiny swap. There's fake pages on my Instagram that be fun. I haven't posted on Instagram in months, yet I keep getting fake pages following me, and people where we have no mutual friends following me. Some of you guys could, just like Goddess Chanel said, there could be people on your social media that are always on your social media, people always watching you. I just feel like somebody's obsessed, and somebody could be using somebody close to you to like attack you or get information from you. Like, if somebody out of nowhere asks if you're okay, they're trying to see if what they're doing is working. Somebody here wants to know if what they're doing is working, but they may not be coming out right to you to find this out. They could be using somebody else. This could be a friend, an ex, if you have to co-parent with somebody. It could be a family member. It's somebody close to you that's being used as a monitoring spirit. If you haven't heard from somebody in a couple of weeks or days, and then I don't know, a couple of weeks, and if you keep, there's people that keep, oh, are you okay? How's everything going? Did you have a good day today? If people keep asking you things, people, especially people that you either barely don't know, or people that you do know and you know you can't trust them, and they asking that, they're trying to see if something is working, or they're trying to see if you're miserable. They want to monitor you. People, like, it's like you have eyes on you. I don't know if you guys watched a show called Evil. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but if you guys don't have Netflix, you can go to ymovies.cc, and you can watch any show or movie you want to watch. Watch the show Evil. Okay? It blends spirituality and demonology with religion and practicality and science, like psychology. Go watch the show Evil. It's very good. But I do feel like you guys have monitoring spirits. People are like, I don't even think they're getting paid to watch you. It's like, and they may not all be working together. They could be, but then for some of you guys, there could be people that just have their own agenda. People could be acting like they want to be friends with you, but they just want to get close to you to like mock you or to just be weird. Some of you guys have a hard time making friends, or you don't really trust, especially women. You don't really trust women. For my ladies or for my men. Some of you guys have dealt with jealousy. Some of you guys have dated people, men or women, who have been jealous of you. But yeah, that was I don't really know what else to say. I don't want to drag this out, but that was the dream. And again, I'm gonna bring it back. I know y'all think that sometimes us tarot readers, we be stretching it, like we be making shit up, but we really don't. I will literally have a dream of a scenario, and the next morning, the next day or two, that same scenario will play out. So we are not crazy. We are not crazy. Again, it's the reason why we're able to pick up on stuff that go on in you guys' lives. And we don't even know y'all. So some of us are really tapped in. I know I'm clairvoyant and clairsentient. I've had dreams like that. Yeah, Goddess Chanel. I don't know if you heard it earlier in the live, but I was saying one time I had a dream of my daughter's father trying to get me to sign a contract regarding our daughter. And the next morning, I got an email from the courts about him filing for visitation and custody. Mind you, I never kept my daughter from him. I just didn't feel my daughter's only 3, and he's not in a healthy, stable environment. So I didn't want her over there. I said he can come over or we can meet in public. But anyways, shit like that really happens. That's called clairvoyance. When you're able to have dreams and then it happens, you're prophesizing something. You have a gift of foresight. That's a gift. Yeah, I've had dreams like that, and the next day it happened. Yeah, you probably have the gift of clairvoyance, Chanel. Most likely you're clairvoyant. You can see things before they happen. I've had dreams like that many times. I'll have dreams of scenarios. Lately, it's been dreams about my ex-husband, but it's a little confusing this time. Yeah, I've had dreams. I remember one. This is how this my clairvoyant gifts started in my old apartment. One time, I had a dream. I was taking a nap, and I dreamed that my mom opened up a box of I had got these like organic blueberry waffles from Whole Foods. I was trying something new. And as I was napping, I had a dream that my mom took one out the freezer. I walked in her room and said, "Hey, did you try one of the waffles? How did they taste?" And she said they were okay. I got up from that dream, y'all. I checked the freezer. She took one of the waffles. And I went into her room. I said, "How did they, just like the dream?" I didn't really know what clairvoyance or what those terminologies were at that time. But and I was on the 11th floor, 11, and I'm a master number 11. I'm a life path 11, and I was living on the 11th floor in that old building. A lot of spiritual stuff happened in that apartment. A lot. So I want you guys, for some of you guys, and especially those of you who watch tarot, even if you're not a tarot reader, if you're into the occult, you're most likely gifted. People don't really, people don't really get interested in this type of stuff unless they're gifted themselves. So Goddess Chanel, you're probably gifted yourself. A lot of you guys are probably gifted yourselves. You just don't really know it yet, or you've been suppressing it. Some of you guys, there may be a gift that you're suppressing, or someone has been trying to suppress a gift. There's you guys or somebody around you. I know the person in my dream, they were abused. That's why they run around and have so much sex and they lie. They were abused as a child. Some of you guys, that could trigger warning. Either you or somebody, this is new to me. I know I've always felt things like other people's sadness. That too, you can be clairsentient, because I feel that too. If I have sex with a guy and he's sad or depressed, I'll instantly feel sad and depressed while he feels instantly happy. That's why I have to be very careful with who I have sex with. I don't know if it's me being a Scorpio moon, and Scorpio rules the reproductive system. Scorpio rules the sacral. Some of you guys can have Scorpio in your chart, Aquarius. I'm getting heavy, Pisces, Virgo, Aries, or Sagittarius. But some of you guys have gifts and you may not be aware of it, or people are aware of it and they're trying to siphon it. There's somebody also around you. This could be an ex. You may have children with this person, or it could be somebody that you just dated. They're gifted. Their gifts are blocked. I'm a Scorpio, Sun, and Venus. Oh, there you go. Because that lump in my throat, y'all, it's like I couldn't, it was like a lump in my throat. And somebody thumbs down. The person who was trying to start an argument with me yesterday was a Sag, and somebody thumbs down my Sag reading, my Sag live I did yesterday. So I was like, I'm telling y'all, people don't attack. For some of you guys, your sacral chakra, your throat chakra are the most powerful right now. Be mindful of what you're speaking and saying because you're creating it. The sacral and the throat chakra are both about creativity and expression. Okay? So definitely there's something about your throat chakra and sacral chakra that you may need to look at, or you may need to cleanse or work through. Some of you guys could be wanting to get something off your chest or say something to someone, and or you've been trying to express something but you can't. Do some yoga. If you have access to a pool, swim in a pool. If you have access to a sauna, sit in a sauna. Journal, write, draw, paint, dance. If you have if you have a trusted partner that you can be intimate with, be intimate with that person, because sex can be very transformative. It can be very alchemizing. It can be very healing. Depending on who you do it with. Depending on who you do it with. But pay attention to the dreams that you guys are having. Pay attention to who is showing up. Pay attention to their zodiac signs and where you have those zodiac signs in your chart. And pay attention to the themes and things that are happening in your life right now. How you feel in the dream. When you wake up, I'm currently celibate, but I just met a guy, but the energy isn't there. Yeah. I was celibate for, trust that, Chanel, trust it. I was celibate for a year and I broke it recently, the day before Easter, with a Scorpio. And the energy, he was like, the energy wasn't there either. He was like very detached, like he was removed. He wasn't like, it was hard for him to make eye contact. It just wasn't, I don't know. So just, yeah, it's best to wait. I was looking, I was like, oh, it's been like a stressful month. It's been hectic. I want to relax. I want to have a good release. I felt like I was treating myself to something, but it wasn't really a treat. It was performative on his end, and my body was like, no. Mm-mm. He's not a bad person either. He's not a bad person. And it's funny because he has Scorpio and Virgo in his chart. He's not a bad person. But something just didn't, I don't know, I feel like he wasn't really present. So for me, I was like, oh, I got impatient. I got impatient. I felt like, okay, it's been over a year. That's long enough. But long enough for us doesn't always mean our timing isn't divine timing. And when we try to force or we try to move past divine timing, we get really disappointed. We get disappointed. or it causes blockages, or it sets us back. And now I fear that because he wasn't the right person, and again, he's not a bad person, but because he wasn't the right person, I have opened up a portal. I have made myself basically an open like target energetically, I feel like. Wow, the guy I met is a Scorpio Sun, Aquarius Moon. I like that combination. I think I like that combination. But yeah, just be mindful of who you're intimate with, because if you're, and I'm not saying to stay away from sex. I'm not saying that, because that's not healthy always either. But to be mindful of who you're being intimate with. If that person is drinking a lot, or they're smoking a lot, or they're not really emotionally or energetically in tune or grounded, you open yourself up and you become a portal to like people, to attacks, basically. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. I'm giving y'all an example. I'm very transparent and honest. I'm not one of those readers that talk that, say what I say and then act like I don't make mistakes or act like I'm perfect. No, like, and I treat myself as like an experiment. Well, I don't want to say it like that, but I go out, I see what works, what doesn't, and I share it with you guys. I walk so you guys can run, pretty much. So you guys don't have to go through. I want you guys' lives to be much easier. Everybody has a mission. Sometimes the program is bigger than you. It is what it is. But be mindful of who you're sharing things with. Be mindful of, even if you're meeting new friends or people who want to be your friend, be mindful of them being clingy, trying to just be all up in your business. Be mindful of that. I'm getting something about morning. Don't be afraid to open up, but just really feel the energy. If something feels off about a person, it probably is. They don't have to be a bad person. A lot of us get confused. We get torn because we're like, well, they're not a bad person. So, but something feels off. Okay, maybe it's just me. No, something is off. Maybe energetically, they're just not good for you. They don't have to be a bad person to energetically not be a good fit for you, or to energetically have you exposed. They don't have to be a bad person. They're just not good for you energetically. And that is okay. That's okay. But when something feels off, whether it comes to making a new friend or connecting with people, dating, whatever, just trust it. Don't force nothing. And be mindful of people that don't mean you well, people who make your life hard or who don't help you out with anything, but then ask you, is everything okay? Are you okay? Is there something like, be mindful of people like that. They're monitoring spirits sent to see if whatever's being sent to you is working. Because the person who asked me that yesterday does not make my life easier. They make my life harder, actually, on purpose, by the way. And then to ask, is everything okay, is very sus. And then they're around somebody who manipulates them and has them on puppet strings, very sus. So just be mindful. Be mindful of who you're opening up to and things like that. Some of you guys need to do it like a salt bath. Get some Epsom salt, some sea salt, black salt, if red salt, whatever, pink Himalayan salt. Do salt baths. A lot of people are trying to break down your defenses energetically. You may have boundaries put in place for people in the physical, and they don't like that, so they're going behind your back in the spiritual to break down those boundaries. People could be trying to have sex with you guys in a dream state. I had a dream the other day, a few days ago, that, again, something sexual, and I can taste the man's fluids. You know what I'm talking about. It was salty. Like I was able, and then I was like, I ended up in this brothel, this house where it was full of women. His mother was there. Okay. And this girl, I'm not into women in no way, shape, or form. Am I into women? And I don't knock anybody who's into same sex, but I'm not into women. This girl in the dream kissed me. Now, and when people are trying to like hex you, curse you, they'll kiss you in dreams. They'll try to get you to drink things. They'll try to have sex with you. They'll try to get you to swallow their bodily fluids. They'll try to get you to eat things, sign stuff, all types of stuff. One of them bitches kissed me, and she was trying to be all up on me. I just thought it was really weird. So most of them didn't speak English. They were speaking Spanish or some type of accent. Some of you guys could be dealing with people who are foreign, or their families come from foreign lands, or they deal with women or men who are foreign, who don't speak the same language as you, possibly. Anyways, just protect your sacral and your throat chakra, guys. Don't suppress nothing. I mean, choose your battles wisely. Because there's just some people that I'm not even bothering to confront because, or some people is no point in trying to confront them about what their behavior, because they're going to take it as they're getting underneath your skin. So just pick and choose your battles wisely, but definitely protect your energy. Yeah, I'm off camera. That's intentional, H. But yeah, this was the download. Um, Hopefully this resonated. I know Goddess Chanel said that, she was getting similar dreams, and, well, not similar dreams, but she was having dreams. Hopefully you guys find this to be helpful in some kind of way. And like I said, when more dreams come up, I'll do more of these readings. Until next time, have a great day. I'll see you guys later. I'm doing the earth signs today, the May love message for the earth signs for this month. Thank you, Chanel. God bless. I'm glad it was helpful. And I'll see you guys later for the earth sign readings.